Hey, family, welcome back to Family Still Matters. Let's take a few minutes today. Our topic today on this Money Talk Monday is what tariffs and trade wars have to do with reserve currency power. And that is the question for today for us to dive into so that we can better understand the things that are happening in our financial market to get a better understanding. So, again, what is the topic? What tariffs and trade wars have to do with reserve currency power? Let's take a few moments and break down something that sounds big and confusing, but actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it like a family dinner table negotiation. Today, we're talking about the money power struggle between the US and China and how tariffs, those taxes on imported goods, connect to something called a reserve currency. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to make this so simple. I'm not going to make this so simple, but even a third grader could teach it at show and tell. A third grader could teach this. Okay? First up, let's review what's a tariff. Think of a tariff like this: your child wants to trade their snacks at lunch. One gives a cookie to a classmate in exchange for a juice box. But when the teacher steps in and says, if you want to make that trade, you have to give me a candy bar first. Boom, the candy bar. That's the tariff. A little extra price added to the deal. When the US puts tariffs on China, it's saying, we'll still buy your stuff, but we're charging you extra. China does the same thing back sometimes. And that back and forward, that's what we call a trade war. Now, how does this affect the power of a country's money, its reserve currency? A reserve currency is money that other countries like to save and trade in, kind of like keeping dollars in your emergency fund or savings account. Right now, the US dollar is like the most trusted money in the whole wide world. It's the money people use to buy big things, trade oil, and settle debts between countries. It's like being the kid at school with the lunch everybody wants to share. But China is saying, hey, don't always depend on the US dollar. Try our money too, called the yen. Now here's the connection. When the US uses a lot of tariffs, other countries sometimes get annoyed. They start thinking, maybe we'll trade with China instead, and maybe we'll use their money when we do it. So tariffs, which are really about products, can end up making countries shift their loyalty from one money system to another. The bottom line: this fight isn't just about who makes the cheapest TV or who sells more phones. It's about who controls the money the world uses and who gets to lead the financial future. The US wants to keep the dollar as the world's number one money. China wants to grow its influence and maybe one day take that spot. And the tools they use: tariffs, trade deals, and a whole lot of strategy. So, why would families care? Why would you care? Because when nations agree over money, it affects our prices, our jobs, our savings, even the value of the dollars in your pocket. That's why it matters. It affects you and your child's future, your family's future. So understanding this gives us power, not just to vote smart, but to teach our kids how the world really works. If this helped you see more clearly, drop a comment below. Let me know if you want more videos like this that break down world topics in plain, family-friendly language. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs a simple take on complex things. Until next time, remember, family still matters, but we must understand money too. May God richly bless you.